Hey guys, so today's video is a mini tea. That's the intro. Instagram, Twitter, follow me on there. It's a fun time. Also, second channel coming really soon. I'm so sorry for the delay. Anyway, let's just get into it, possibly. How are you guys? I'm hoping that you can use this channel as a distraction, or any channel really. This isn't some kind of a self-promo in the midst of a crisis, but I'm hoping you guys are finding YouTube kind of an escape, and Netflix or anything else that you guys are watching. Let me know what you guys are watching, because I feel like I'm running out of stuff to watch. Stay safe, guys. The first tea for today is Stephanie Soo. Stephanie Soo recently filmed a mukbang on how she had an intruder at her house, and some people are saying it might be due to Nikocado Avocado showing like the inside of her house and her security system and basically violating her privacy. But then some other people are saying that the whole Stephanie Soo situation, like looking back on it, it seems like Stephanie Soo exaggerated a few things and lied in some cases. Some people are very torn now, because she actually has shown her general house, like the general area of her house and the inside of her house before in videos, and she's shown her house hunting videos. So it seems like she's made a big deal out of Nikocado Avocado for filming the inside of her house while she's done it herself. Some people also saying that the whole expose was very well thought out, is what some people are saying, because they knew that it would be a very drama-y topic if she filmed it in a specific way, that it would attract the drama audience. So some people are being very critical right now of that whole video. I know it's bringing back old tea, but with the whole intruder thing now happening, people are saying maybe just maybe people jumped the gun again, because there is a lot of exaggeration there. There's a lot of implying things that weren't necessarily true. Like she implied kind of that Nikocado Avocado was a when in reality she then said that she never implied that, but she kind of did. I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on that situation. I don't watch either of them, I'm not a fan of either of them, so it doesn't really affect me, but I would like to know what you guys think about that whole situation now with a cool head looking back on it. What do you think happened with that, and who do you believe, and who do you think was actually in the wrong, and do you think maybe, just maybe, she exaggerated some things for the drama effect? Recently, the Kanye West and Taylor Swift situation has come back to light because an extended version of Kanye West's phone call got leaked. The phone call that Kim Kardashian used to basically call Taylor Swift a snake. If you don't know what happened, Kanye West was coming out with a song called Famous, where one of the lines was something along the lines of, and I feel like me and Taylor Swift might still have sex. Why? Because I made that famous. Taylor Swift said that she never agreed to being called a bitch, and that she agreed to the jokey like, oh, we might still have sex because, you know, we whatever. But she never agreed to being called a and being almost belittled in that song. Kim Kardashian actually filmed that conversation, which is actually illegal in the state of California. So if they were both in California, that's illegal. But she released that, and it made Taylor Swift look like she agreed to the lyrics. And then now an extended version of the phone call came out where Taylor Swift never agreed to being called at no point, and she was actually very uncomfortable the whole conversation. So it almost looked like, because of everything that happened, because she was already being villainized. She was already made to be a bad person by all the Kanye West and Kim Kardashian fans, because of after what happened when Kanye West like jumped on stage mid her receiving an award. All of that happened, and Taylor Swift was made to be the bad guy. And now I think she was just trying to be like, oh yeah, me and Kanye West are cool, because she just didn't want any more beef and she didn't want it to be uncomfortable anymore. So she's like, yeah, you can use me in a song, but can you please just not make me the and he still did it. And now it came out that Taylor Swift was right all along, and that she wasn't the snake and they were the snakes. I was recently on Instagram, and I follow Trend Mood just to see what new makeup's coming out, because I am a shopaholic. And I recently spoke about Benefit in one of my videos, because Benefit was collaborating with Morphe for some odd reason. That was a whole conversation. And I said that Benefit targets white people, white old women is the target demographic, because they make nothing for women any shade darker than like me. And they also just make things really boring. The only thing that they still have going for them is the brow products, but even then, Anastasia Beverly Hills, they make good shit, you know? So Benefit, I saw that they released this foundation. Now, can we spot what's wrong with it? I'll give you guys a minute, because you might not notice it at first. It's not blatantly obvious what's wrong with it. If you look at it, right, they try to play us. Usually brands will put the shades from light to dark. This time they try to put the shades from dark to light to make it look like there are more dark shades, because you focus on them first. In reality, the last 3 shades look identical. So that's the dark shades gone now. All 3 of those just same shade. It doesn't matter which one you grab, just close your eyes and grab one and you'll be fine. Then there's one shade that's like slightly orangey, and then the one after that, it just looks like a sausage. It's the most orange shade I've ever seen. Who is that gonna match? No one. And then there's like a medium-y shade, and then after that it's just white. Like I could use, realistically, if I really pushed myself, I could use all 6 of those light shades. All 6 of them, I could make them work. Add a little bit more bronzer, add a little less bronzer, more light concealer, more dark concealer. I could really balance those out and use all 6 shades. And then they really tried it, because if you look at it, right, in my eyes, there are, okay, if I'm gonna be generous, I'm gonna say there are 5 light shades, there are 4 medium shades, and 3 dark shades. So 5, 4, 3. 5 light, 4 medium, 3 dark. Now what they did with the swatches is they tried to bamboozle us, and they instead showed it as 5 dark shades, 4 medium shades, and 3 light shades. Are you kidding me? 4 and 5 are still light, so that's 5 light shades, 4 medium shades, unless, oh my god, the packaging is just off. Like, realistically, now looking at the swatches, right, so like with the packaging, all 3 of those dark shades look the same. And if you look at swatches, I'm gonna say 12 and 11 look exactly the same, 10 and 9 look exactly the same, 8 and 7 are similar. Then 6 is kind of like on its own, it's chilling, so that's pretty good. 1 and 2 look the same, 3 and 4 look the same. The only shades that don't have a pair is 5 and 6, but then 5 and 6 are oddly similar as well. Trash is basically what I'm saying. Why do companies still do this? Why would you release this thing? I get that, okay, some people say that apparently this foundation is kind of sheer, so it's like one of those like glossy skin tint where like you don't need your exact match. I understand that there is a range there, it goes from dark to light, but I just wish that companies wouldn't do this anymore. The next thing is we're not allowed to talk about this thing happening in the world right now, so I'm gonna call it Voldemort like I did in my last video. There was a video that came out of like 20-ish people, actors, famous people, singing Imagine by John Lennon, and apparently that was supposed to make us feel good about what's happening in the world right now. It was supposed to really bring us peace and joy and make us feel like everything is good and alright in the world. How about you just donate some money? How about you provide face masks? How about you provide medication? How about you just do anything but sing into a camera? That happened. That really did. And then Rihanna's over there donating $700,000 to Barbados to provide face masks and respirators. A true queen. Not a single note came out of her mouth. Not a single word, a lyric. She just said, here's my wallet. It's open. I'm so bamboozled. There's also a YouTuber type guy called Taylor Holder who is selling face mask merch for $25. Scum. Scum is what you are. Jeffree Star and James Charles. That's something I haven't said in a sentence together in a while. So, if you guys are unaware of what's been happening, about a year ago, Tati and James Charles had some beef on the timeline that we never expected to go as far as it did. I believe it was around April time because that's when Coachella's on. Yes. So, Coachella rolls around and apparently James Charles, week 1 was like hounded by fans. So week 2 he wanted security. And you're telling me James Charles, the golden child of YouTube, probably one of the richest YouTubers, or like the YouTuber that's making the most money right now, can't afford security for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was the second weekend. Seems a bit strange, but okay. But other than security, he also just wanted an artist pass, which an artist pass is something that you get from collaborating with a brand, being an artist, or being a friend of an artist. That's it. You can't buy them online. They're not like the VIP tickets, because I know there's general admission and then there's VIP and then there's an artist pass, which no money will pay for it. You just have to have connections. So once again, you're telling me James Charles can't figure out a connection to get an artist pass. But lo and behold, he does find a connection. It's Nikita Dragon, and Nikita Dragon is working with no other than Sugar Bear Hair. And Sugar Bear Hair is a direct competitor of Tati's vitamin brand because they're both doing the like nails, hair growth thing. So James Charles posts on his Instagram story the infamous brand deal that was the Sugar Bear Hair brand deal for the artist pass. And that's when hits the fan. So Tati posts an Instagram story where she's crying, clearly distressed over this situation, which as a friend you kind of understand why she's so upset, because you'd expect your friends to support you when you support them. But on just like a business level, I don't know, it just depends how you look at things, right? They were very close, so if that was me, I probably wouldn't do that if I was James. But everyone has different morals, and I'm not gonna go into the ins and outs of people and their ethics and stuff, because that's a deeper conversation. So that happens and we all think, wow, that was fun, cool, let's move on. And then the infamous Bye Sister drops and internet goes into a frenzy because the that was said in that video, I can't even make up. So essentially the idea was James Charles is not a good person. James Charles is a bad friend. James Charles is to straight men or people that are questioning their sexuality, and that was the general consensus. Now everyone goes crazy. James Charles is losing subs while Tati is gaining subs. It's one of those. He loses 3-minute subs and then he manages to bounce back, and he has bounced back now. The tea is that Tati is now actually losing subs. Her views seem relatively similar to before the scandal. So it hasn't actually done good for her channel, if that makes sense. Like, she hasn't gotten more views since then. She's got the same amount of views, but she's slowly losing subs, whereas James Charles has probably the same amount of views, but is slowly gaining subs again. I don't know. It's like a little, but it doesn't really matter. They're both huge channels and they're making huge money from AdSense. I don't think they care. So James Charles makes the first apology, which was really fake. I hated it. I hated watching it. It was really uncomfortable and I hated it. But then he makes this second apology, which wasn't really an apology. It was basically him just saying, this is all fake, this is all wrong, none of this is true. And people start to believe him. So what happens? He bounces back. What does this show? It shows that people are sheep. It shows that people jump on a bandwagon to either unsubscribe or subscribe. I think that whole situation was important in a certain way. It definitely made James Charles a little more humble. more, because I think James Charles, the reason why I disliked James Charles at the time was, one, because of all the straight men jokes. The thing is, My Sister seemed like it could be true just based on the jokes that James Charles says himself. He constantly, not even jokes, but he constantly talks about the fact that his love life is the way it is because he always goes for straight men. So it didn't seem so out of left field for that to be true. And do I think he definitely used his social media presence to get straight men to maybe date him? Yeah, sure. But he's also 19. I think we all kind of forget that because he's a multi-millionaire. Even as a multi-millionaire, he is still 19. Would I try to persuade someone who's of a different sexuality to date me? No, because that's just not something that I would do, even though I'm the same age as him. But you know, I can't base my morals on other people. Anyway, but yeah, everyone jumped on a bandwagon to unsubscribe and subscribe. I already disliked him at the time because I think he behaved in a way that was almost like, nothing can ever take me down. And I think this showed him that yes, there are some things that can take you down. But in reality, he really just bounced back from that. There was no like long-term loss. He was fine. He was just fine. And I recently watched a video by a girl called Amanda, and she spoke about how it's weird that men will make fun of women for doing feminine things as hobbies. So men are always like, oh, why do you need to get dressed up so much? Why do you care about fashion so much? Why do you do makeup so much? I like girls that are natural. I like girls that don't wear makeup. And there's always that cool girl thing where like a girl that's not like other girls and she doesn't wear makeup and she doesn't care about what she looks like. And that's like every man's favorite dream girl. That's been like the general idea. And then what I realize is the moment men find out or figure out that there is money in those things, all of a sudden, fashion is not stupid anymore, makeup isn't stupid anymore because they can make money from it. All the biggest CEOs of makeup brands and the biggest fashion houses are all men, even though men will still make fun of girls for enjoying fashion and makeup. It's like, make it make sense, you know? Why is it only good to do when it makes you money, but when girls are just doing it because it's their hobby, all of a sudden that's a whole other conversation. But Amanda in that video spoke about the fact that for some odd reason, the biggest people in the beauty industry on YouTube right now are white men. Jeffree Star, James Charles, for a while, Manny MUA, Gabriel Zamora, they're all white passing or white. Right? They all either look white or are white. Why is that? And also, when the whole Dramageddon thing happened first, because this was Dramageddon 2, by the way. The first Dramageddon was when Laura Lee, Gabriel Zamora, Manny MUA, and Nikita Dragun all posted that picture to Jeffree Star with their like middle fingers up. Laura Lee was the only one that got cancelled. Nikita Dragun is already too problematic to get cancelled. She's in a sphere of her own. So we're going to cut her out of this situation completely because she doesn't matter what she does. She's still going to get, you know, views on her little Instagram videos and whatever it is that she does. But if you look at Laura Lee, Manny MUA, and Gabriel Zamora, who got cancelled? Laura Lee. No one let her live this situation down, and she was the only non-problematic, neutral woman in that situation, because Nikita Dragun is a problematic woman. Then people wonder, it's like, why does Jeffree Star do that? Jeffree Star tries to eliminate competition, is what I've realised. If he sees you doing too well, gonna take you down. People say, why is it that it's mainly white men that are leading the beauty guru industry now? And Jeffree Star is one of them, and James Charles is the other one of them. What are they doing competing? So then Jeffree Star decided that he was gonna take James Charles down. And what did he do? He contributed to the By Sister scandal by posting a video with 0 receipts, 0 proof. And that's not the drama channel in me talking, that's just the human being in me talking. If you're gonna make criminal accusations about someone, I'm gonna need a little bit more than just your word. So he said that Nathan actually banned James Charles from their house, that they think he's a predator, that he is, you know, a bad person, objectively a bad person. Now you're telling me that you're gonna say all of that and not provide any evidence. That's mental. And then after he posted that video and people were like, if you're gonna make these accusations, please give a little bit more proof. And he said, oh, you guys are just here for the drama, you guys are just here for the tea, how dare you ask me for evidence and proof? And it's like, because you just accused someone of a criminal offense. What's not clicking? Please. I've been watching way too many Amanda videos because she does that. Why would you upload that video without any proof or evidence? Because there is none. There is no evidence. And then get angry at us for demanding that you put some facts behind your opinions on James Charles. Anyway, now you guys might be wondering why I'm doing all of this. I'm just doing a recap because some people might not know what's happening and they might have forgotten that the whole situation even took place. Anyway, so then after all of that, I did get blocked by Jeffree Star and James Charles. That was really fun and fresh, just for expressing my opinion, which was, Jeffree Star, don't make accusations without any proof, and James Charles, please stop going to the straight men if you're trying to have a good love life, please. Just go to the people that are actually into you. So then they all just stopped being friends. For a while, Tati and Jeffree Star were still friends, but but now it seems like they're not really friends anymore. James Charles went and found himself new friends at the Hype House with the TikTok kids, and he seems really happy with that. I actually really like James Charles right now. I recently watched A Conversation With, that was Philip DeFranco's, it still is Philip DeFranco's podcast, and I could actually listen to James Charles for an hour and a half talking, and I found it, one, very interesting, and two, I think that whole situation taught him a lot and matured him a lot quicker than he would have if it wasn't for this. Because I think before this, he had a lot of yes men that were just like, you're fine, do whatever, because he's, you know, James Charles has had a lot of controversies for a young boy. Yeah, the Ebola scandal, the CoverGirl scandal, where he basically faked his come up. He was copying smaller MUA's makeup, and it's like he's had a lot of shit, and I think I haven't heard anything really bad about him in the last, like, well, since the scandal, since the Bi Sister thing. I haven't really heard him do anything bad, unless he's just become more sneaky now. No, he seems like he's really matured and humbled, and I think he now realizes how fickle a YouTube career is and how everything is kind of constantly on the edge of collapsing, and he's definitely a little more careful now with the things he says and things he does, and I'm really appreciative of the person that he's become. But I can't say the same for some other people, like Jeffree Star. You're a grown man. Grow up. It's time. It is time to grow up, honestly. So, why am I talking about all of this? Because recently, James Charles filmed a video with, like I said, he's now friends with the Hype House kids, and he filmed a video with Charlie, the TikTok girl, you know, like 20 million followers, that one. And they both filmed a video for their channels, and they were like #1 and 3 on trending, where basically James Charles did her makeup, and then she posted the like behind the scenes of filming with James Charles. Good for them. But then Jeremiah Starfish gets involved. He quote retweets Charlie's tweet about them being #1 and 3 on trending. So she said, holy moly donut shop, #1 and 3 on trending on YouTube at James Charles. And Jeffree Star inserts himself in yet again, inserts himself in somewhere where he wasn't invited, wasn't asked to get involved, and he says, you look so gorgeous, James Charles killed it per usual. Is he running out of friends? Is that what's happening here? Has he realized that he doesn't have any real and valuable friendships because he's either used everyone for money or was used by people for money? I don't know why I did the thumbs up. It was either one or the other. He either used people and then discarded them, or he was used and then discarded them. So has he now realized that he has no valuable friendships in his life, and that his now like relationship is done, so he needs people to rely on, and he's now realized that he has no one to rely on, just in like a friendship way, I'm assuming, because I don't see him with anyone. Like, I see, you know, Tati hanging out with Scott Barnes, and I see James Charles hanging out with the Hype House and the Hype Kids. Everyone's found their own friendship group. But Jeffree Star, doesn't that speak volumes? You have no one now. No one is friends with you because no one trusts you, because you seem to want to destroy people's careers and then blame the drama channels for destroying people's careers. Anyway, so then people started replying to that. I obviously, like I said, I'm blocked by everyone, so I always have to get my information secondhand. And Exposing Celebs posted quote retweets to Jeffree Star's tweet with people's opinions on the matter, and someone said, didn't you turn against him in the whole Tati thing? This beauty industry is so fake. You called him a danger to society and implied he actually assaulted someone. Oh yeah, the whole Ethan Dolan, Grayson Dolan twins thing that he apparently, like, there was supposed to be some coming out. Jeffree Star was like, I have stuff that you guys are going to be disgusted by, and then he was angry that we actually asked him for the evidence. You made an accusation. We said, hey, would you like to provide some receipts so that we can actually cancel someone for being a bad person? And you went, how dare you expect receipts? It's like if you went to court, right? Because this is like a court case pending. That's a criminal thing that you accuse someone of, that people would actually have to go to jail for. So imagine Jeffree Star, Jeremiah Starfish, shows up in court and is like, well, this man right here is and he is someone, but I actually think it's very rude of you to ask me for evidence and proof. I just think it's fucking rude, and I think you should just cancel him and put him in jail without me providing any evidence. The entitlement. Anyway, and then someone said, so James is not pregnant anymore. What a turnaround. You called him a few months ago. This is very much why I hate all these big beauty YouTubers. They all come off as very fake and will get involved in any type of drama and then act like nothing happened months later. So am I supposed to like James Charles again? I'm confused. This isn't the first time Jeffree Star has done this. I recently found this out. So back in the MySpace days, Jeffree Star was involved in the music scene when he started touring, and he was actually on tour with a music group called Blood on a Dance Floor, something along those lines. And there was a guy in that band called Vanity, who was actually given a warning by the police for doing things with kids. He was given a warning, by the way, a warning by police, like, oh, don't do that again. And Jeffree Star actually tweeted out back then in 2010, I believe, saying, I no longer support Blood on a Dance Floor and how disgusting Davi is. Touching children and enjoying the attention is evil. Off. Being on tour with that child, oh my god, there's so much to censor here. Child has made me see the truth. I regret ever doing a song with that pig. RIP, because you'll never be me. If you support that piece of shit, then unfollow me because you're supporting child Darby is the lowest worthless scum I've ever met. And then we get around to 2013, which is 3 years later if you didn't do the maths. And Jeffree Star tweets out saying, so much love for Blood on the Dance Floor. After 7 years of friendship, nothing can tear us apart. And then someone said, why did you make false accusations about him? And then Darby says, Jeffree has apologized to my face for making those false accusations. It's dead and buried. We are cool again. And Jeffree Star replies saying, I love Darby like a brother. And this is actually confirmed. This is something that was actually confirmed. Jeffree Star said that he saw with his own eyes underage people going back with Darby after tours. And now they're like brothers. Are we not seeing the pattern here? Maybe, just maybe. Jeffree does this a lot more often. He makes accusations about people, which sometimes are true, sometimes are false. But I think he makes these accusations not when he thinks it's morally correct to do them, but when it will benefit him the most. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything, comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every other day-ish. So hit that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links in description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.